your way is right. Holy Spirit, your way is right. Holy Spirit, iron chains must break. Iron chains must break off. Iron chains must break. Break off iron chains. I know you are here with me. God is moving like a mighty wind. Yes, you are. Have your way. Break the bars and giants on. Tear the captivity away. Make everything your way. That is good. Your way is right. Holy Spirit, your way is right. 'Cause now in your name, iron chains must break now. Iron chains must break now. Iron chains must break now. In your Jesus' name, right now. In your Jesus' name, it must happen. It must happen in your name. Mighty, mighty Jesus, Holy Spirit, rock a dish in your name. In your name, in your name, in your name. In your name, in your name, Jesus, Holy Spirit. I love that song. Your way is right. Ruach HaKodesh. That's one of my new songs on my Kingdom of Heaven songs new CD that's out now everywhere. It's called Ruach HaKodesh. Blessings. How you doing? And I'm gonna play one more. Hold on. Where is that? We about to break them chains. This is me and KJ. Kevin. What's his name? Kevin Sanders is his real name. He's a used to be an R&B singer, but now he's a producer. Right? We call him KJ. We're just trying to give people a chance to come on. Break every chain. We're gonna break every chain. When situations lie, I might have forgot it a little. When I remember the truth, living in His you, as I know my God in heaven, He set me free, and that's why I believe. Whoa, to all Him, yeah, all things are possible. Yeah, I am free because you broke every chain. I'm free, I ripped all the chains. So good to be free. I done am free. Broke every chain. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Eat it. Toot that horn. I hope y'all having fun like me. 'Cause I know my God in heaven, He set me free, and that's why I believe. Whoa, to all Him, yeah, yeah, all things are possible. Yeah, I am free because you broke every chain. I'm free. I release all the chains. Ain't good to be free. Thank God I am free. I broke every chain. No, 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 no. That's our two. That's gonna be the last time I play any songs for y'all. Y'all gonna have to go to the Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Deezer, Tidal, you know, everywhere except for it's not on TikTok or Facebook. How y'all doing? All right, wait, I gotta put my glasses on so I'm not straining my eyes. Oh, yeah. Let me take a sip here. All right, how's everybody doing? Hey, William. Apostle, you dress up today. Yeah, I dress up every time I come on here. Especially when I come to do church. I dress up all the time anyway. Pat could tell you that. You'll never catch me undressed. I'll always be dressed up. For real, because you got to represent for God. Blessings. I'm watching after I get... Okay. Hi, Rosalind. Hi, James. Hey, Sis Alicia. Hi, Precious. I was just praying for you this morning. Last night, Precious. Well, I pray for y'all every day, but certain people, God will pull their names out. And you was one of them. Hi, Terry. Christy, Jocelyn. What's up, my sweet daughter? Where's Corny? All right, ain't that many people on here now. I've been telling y'all all week what time I was coming on here, so I guess they'll come on a little later. So we'll work with what we got. Hi, Michelle, Shayna, what up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hold on. Where that at? I know you. Moving as a mighty wind. Yes, you are. Have you win. Okay, I'm trying to wait to see if some more people come on. There's only 15 of y'all. I guess nobody wants to see me today. All right, we'll play one more song. Let me see what I can find. Here. Some of my older songs. Yes, you are. Nope. I'm trying to find a certain song, but sometimes all my albums. Okay, wait, here they go. Let's see. You Are Mighty. No, that's not what I want to play. I hope I remember this song. I haven't listened to this song in a while. I know y'all love it because I be seeing it on Apple and Spotify how much y'all like it. Only you. This will be the last one. You are bigger. I might not remember this, y'all. The biggest. You are stronger. Stronger than the strongest. You are higher. higher than the highest. You are the only one that I see. Sing it with me. All of the gods, all the words of men, you are only my God, my God. All of the gods, all the works of men, you are I see. I see. Sing it with me. It's you. You are so good, Jesus, you're a good king. I say thank you, oh Lord, for everything. Oh, Apostle forgot her song. It's been a long time. All of the gods, all the works of men, you alone are my God, my God. All of the gods, all the works of men, you are that I see, it's you that I see. There is power in your name, miracles happen in your name. It's you that I see. There is power in your name, miracles happen in your name. So to you in praise, and I'll bow to you alone. So I lift my voice to you in praise, yeah. I'll bow to you alone. It's you that I see. There is power in your name, miracles happen in your name. It's you, it's you, it's you. I see. Miracles happen in your name. Y'all seem to really like that song. That and like about 10 other songs be getting a lot of hits even to this day. I'm like, wow, they really, really like that song. They really, really like that song. Hold on. I just want to see what happened to this other album. I know I didn't take that album off, because I have not seen that album. While I'm waiting for some more of y'all to come on. No. I hope I didn't take that album off by mistake. It's looking like I might have did that. Looking like I might have did that by mistake. Let me see. I put in my name. It should come up. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, we're going to play one more. It's a rap song. I'm definitely not going to try and do that one because I know I done forgot the words to that one. And then we'll work with the people that's here. This one's called The Glory of God. This is on my CD called Glory to God. I'm trying to remember some of it. It is right to give praise and glory to God. It is right. Oh, right to give praise and glory to God. It is right for the love He has given unto me. It is right, the mercy, the love, see, the blood that was shed, that was right. Yeah, the salvation, the justice, the way Yahuah. The way Yahuah is led. It is right to give praise and glory to God. It is right for the Lord that we see. It is right to give praise and glory to God. It is right for the Lord unto me. I can't remember it. It is right. Yeah. The trees, the skies, the oceans, the mountains, yeah. The fishes, the heavens, the angels, the stones. It is right, it is right. The word, the light, the lamp, that we not alone, be not alone, be not alone. The songs of the water, the power, the majestic. It is right to give praise and glory to God. It is right that the praise has come and told me. It is right to give praise and glory to God. It is right for the glory be. Don't talk about me. It is right, the glory of God. It is right, the glory of God. It is right, the glory of God. It is right. Y'all see me be dancing and pumping to my own music, right? I forgot my rap song. If I ever have to perform that song, I would have to practice it a couple of days because I done forgot it. We love this song. This is beautiful. Great job. Yeah, I got another rap song. What is called The Israelites, and I was supposed to record 2 new rap songs on this next album, but I just can't. I stopped at 6 or 7 songs. That's 17 songs I've done in the past 3.5 months. My voice was like, we can't do no more. So in the fall, I'm going back in the studio to do these 3 songs I'm working on. And hopefully my other 2 rap songs. Because I can't do no more. Hi, Miss Lena. Alright, so we going to work with what we got on here. I got like 25 new subscribers to come on here because they wanted me to prophesy. Where they at? Somebody, who said that little dancing lady? That's so cute. That is so cute. Who said that? Alright. So, okay. Eric. Because Eric, you've been trying to like bum rush your sister with your messages. So let's see if you want to talk. Couldn't add guests. See, I told y'all have to follow me. Eric, you're coming up as a guest, so it won't let me pick you. You have to send me a friend request. It won't let me pick you. on now. The comments won't move, y'all. Oh, yeah. Okay, this person, you got to follow me too. Your name is spelled, it's Marlene, M-A-R-L-E-N-E. Okay, let's see this next person is coming. Because if y'all ain't coming on here, I'll go on YouTube and start teaching. Hey, oh, that was you that sent the dancing lady?
Yeah.
I guess I see it. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing all right.
How's the kids?
They're fine.
What's going on?
Nothing much. I just want a little prayer for just little things, like little chaotic things that's going on.
Okay.
In my life.
Okay, so what's going on?
Wow. Let's just say everybody in my family got their own burdens and everything.
Right.
And it's always, as me being the oldest, I'm always worried about everybody.
Oh, you guys stop worrying about everybody.
I know. I try my best, but I always, think about everybody's feelings.
I mean, yeah, that's a good way to think about everybody's feelings. But you can't be carrying the burdens of everybody.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
Yeah.
So, because for one, it's not good. It's not good for your health.
Yes, I noticed that. Like it takes away. It takes like a weight down me also.
Yeah, it's like it makes you feel like heavy, like you got heaviness on your shoulder, and then you can't focus on the things that you need to focus for yourself and your kids and on God.
Yeah,
it's not up to us to take on others' burdens, because we're supposed to give our burdens to God and our yokes to God. So what you could do is you just be like, Lord, I will continue to pray, but I give them to you, because you're the only one that can really handle and carry these kind of burdens, because I can't, and I give them to you. And then you just, keep praying for them. I mean, because God could use us to change people's situations in a spiritual manner by praying. Maybe, if you had a word for them or a dream, but ultimately it's up to the person to want to change. It's like you could tell them everything they need to know, what to do, what God said. But if they don't want to change, or they don't want to get closer to God, or have their own relationship with God, there's really nothing we could do but just give them to God and just keep praying that, God put them in a situation where they have no choice but to come to God. And even then, if they could be on their dying bed and have no choice but to come to God, and they still rather die than come to God. So you have to put it in your mind that if God can't get them, you can't get them. You know what I mean? You can't get it. Right. And then he may use you to try and get them, but then after a short while, and they still not right with him, he'll pull you away, because it'll start draining you, and then start pulling you away from him and interfering in your relationship with him. And he don't want that. So he will cut you off from them, or them from you. So you can't take it's like he telling me you like the mother. You got like this mother spirit for the family, like the go-to girl. But see, it's okay to be a go-to girl, a go-to person, but you have to learn, after you talk to them and you give them what they need from the Lord, you take it off and give it to God. You don't let what they spoke into you stay in you. You say, God, okay, I release everything that I talked about with this family member or this person, and I release everything that I said to them from you. So now I release it to you. I give you the burden, and I give you the yoke, and I take your burdens because your burden is good, and I take your yoke because your yoke is good. That way, they stuff won't be intruding in you and filling you all up, and you just getting all messed up in the head. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm getting to that point where I just need like a space to like collect myself, and I feel like detaching from what I need to do for myself, spirit, and I don't want nobody to feel like I'm like abandoning them. I'm not abandoning them. It's just feel like I need a moment to myself to keep myself and I am like in the family. I am like the go-to person for everything. I know how to fix everything. I know how to do things on my own, and it's just like, hey, ask Shayna. She knows what to do. Like I am the go-to person in my family.
And the Lord is telling me to tell you that you need to learn how to say no sometimes.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Like you feel guilty if you don't do it. And he said, no. Because do you know the devil, Yahuwah, will use the closest people to us?
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll lose strangers, but for the most part, he'll use the closest persons to us. So you have to learn how to say no more often.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to tell them, look, I can't do it. I can't do it this time. I just can't. I can't do it. You're going to have to figure it out yourself. And if they get mad at you, don't want to talk to you no more, then that shows you their true intentions, their true personality. And that'll show you that it's not about you and them. It's just about them and what they want. So you cut them off, because you're going to start getting them stress lines in your head.
I noticed that yesterday when I was in the mirror.
Because I see him on the top of your head. And Daddy said, tell her she about to get them. So if you don't want them stress lines, girl, you better stop.
Yeah, I noticed how deep the one was sitting right in the center of my forehead yesterday. And I was like, whoa, I need to like really get a handle on the things that's stressing me and weighing me down.
Which is your family, maybe a few outsiders. But if you learn how to say no sometime and learn how to tell them you just can't do it and that they're going to have to learn how to do it themselves. And what you need to do is really sit down with all your family members, all the people you're dealing with, and tell them, look, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be here for you. I'm not saying that I'm not going to help you. But what I'm saying is I'm going to have to back up a little because it's starting to affect me mentally and it's starting to affect my life because everybody's putting too much pressure on me because everybody's coming to me. And I really don't have nobody to come to but God. I don't have none of y'all to come to because y'all busy coming to me. So I got to take some space and some time back. So everybody going to have to start learning how to do stuff on their own. Y'all going to have to learn how to seek God just like I do. Whoever get mad, well, because you don't want to be 6 foot under and they still here because they don't put you in the grave of stress. I rebuke in Yeshua's name. You don't want that.
No, I don't.
And you got kids to take care. Are you the one that sent me the cups and stuff? Was that you? You sent me some cups with my name on it? Or maybe that's the other Shauna.
No, I think that might be the other one.
Okay. Because I know it's 2 of y'all. Okay. All right. So this our first time talking?
No, we talked before a long time ago.
Okay. All right. So what else you doing?
I'm trying to stay focused, trying to get back into my studies, and I'm also thinking of like something more business oriented to where I could be more financially stable.
Okay, so you thinking about trying to do a business or something? Yeah. Well, why see? It's just like the other Shauna. I see like products. Do you make stuff or want to make stuff?
Yes, I would like to make my own products. I like to draw also, so I'm thinking about things where the like graphic T-shirts, clothing line.
Yeah. As I see a multitude of different products, like me when my shop was open, which I pray soon. All these different.
I miss your products too, Apostle. I do.
I know I'm running out of them too. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to make me some products for myself because I'm running out of them too. I'm down to like 1 jar of lotion. My anointing oil, I think I got like an ounce left. I got maybe like 3-4 soaps left. I think I got like 2 turmeric soaps. I got a couple of scrubs. Yeah, I'm running down. So even my daughter, my son was like, Mom, when you gonna make some more soap? It's just I hurt this arm really bad, and then, I thought I was going home last year, so it is what it is. But I might start making like maybe a couple and selling them, but I'm not gonna open up the shop because that's on the other computer, the Mac. I mean the what's that one? HP 10, and that sucker crashed after 3 months of having it, so I have to take it somewhere and get it fixed because that's where everything is in there where I could print it out and stuff like that. And I pack my printer and it's in the garage and I can't tell you where. So I would have to order like one of those what do you call it? Wi-Fi printers. They're like $100, I think.
Yeah,
they're real sleek. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pray about it and ask God what I should do because I'm gonna have to start making something for myself too. And my kids is begging me. But I see you making different products.
Missing out on your products. They really good. I love your products.
I know a lot of people keep telling me that, Apostle. I need your product. I'm like, okay. Okay. I like Pat got a store because when I thought I was moving, she paid me like $180 and I gave her like 2 bags of stuff at discount price. So she good for like the next year. I had to get I had to get something from her. What was it I had to get from her? One of my the Messiah's daughter.
Yeah.
Spray. Everybody likes that. I think she had 2 or 3 of them, and I had to beg her to get one of them, my own product. And she gave it to me. Now that's gone. So I made one real quick. It's not Messiah's daughter. It's like a different one. And it smelled good, but don't smell good like Messiah's daughter.
Yeah, I love your Messiah's daughter spray. And then the perfume one that you had in the little pink tin. That
pink.
It's like
pretty girl or something.
Yeah, that smelled really good.
Yeah, I got one of them left.
Everywhere I went, everybody was like, that smells so good.
I know. I got one in there. Yeah, I got one. I use it every blue moon. I definitely got to make some more of that. And then they keep asking me for the nerve cream and the eczema cream. So, I don't know. We'll see.
The nerve cream, it actually works too. That when you said that to me, it actually did help with my back problems. And then that night when you did that late night live prayer, and you mentioned that God said that there was a lot of people having back problems and problems with their legs and everything. And start praying, I felt healing in every spot that I was having problems at.
Whoa, praise the Lord.
And even to this day, I tell everybody, like, I don't have those problems anymore because I was healed. And when I say God healed me, everybody just look at me like I'm not making it up. Like,
Wait. They look at you like you lying or something? Yeah, are you crazy?
I say it was God. Like,
but they don't believe that God is still on the throne and that he still heals. All in the Bible. What's wrong with the heathens?
I don't know. They look at me anytime I speak about like things that have gone on in my life and the things that God has taken care of and healed me from. They just look at me like, but
are they children of God or are they still in the world?
No clue. No clue.
A lot of people don't believe that God still heals because in the churches nowadays they don't. Some do, but a lot don't talk about healing anymore.
No.
And you don't really see them. You see it in the African churches and the Spanish churches, but these churches and the Asian churches, but these churches over here, I mean, they still do it, but not a lot of them. So that's probably, a lot of them don't even do deliverance anymore. I remember my church when I was a little girl, they used to have deliverance every Wednesday and Thursday night. Come in, get them demons cast out. They don't do that too much at church. They tell you go to psychology.
Yeah.
I know when I was dealing with them demons so bad in my church, I was on the life team, I was in the choir, and when I was telling them what I was going through, they told me to go see a psychiatrist. That broke my heart.
Yeah,
That broke my heart.
I think like everybody think of things in the physical plane and like to use science in order to explain everything, but I'm like really things that operate in the spiritual, and most of the attacks that everybody have that's going on, that doctors and regular people who think with a physical mentality do not understand that this stuff is spiritual, and the attacks that are going on is spiritual. You have to fight it from a spiritual sense. So when I bring up things that operate in the spirit, everybody look at me like you just
That's because they don't understand you, and they're not at the level where you are. And I just heard the Lord say those same people who be mocking you behind your back, right? And they looking like you crazy, He gonna use you to deliver some of them. We're going to use you to, and then their whole tune going to change toward God and you. And you think you known as the mama to come to, you're going to be known as the deliverer to come to in your family and people outside of your family. Very soon, this
I
is
also feel
going
that
to
about
begin.
myself. I feel something that about myself, that I see myself as someone that will do something in deliverance and in healing, and whatever people, they will awaken to it and come out of whatever it is that's bothering them.
Yep, He said the very ones who mock you and your family, outside your family, He's gonna use you to deliver them, and they're not gonna just know you as the one to come to for advice and help, but the one to come to pray. Watch, it's gonna start happening before this year is out. He said.
Oh, cool.
I hear Him say, "I'll show them, Rosalind." He said, and then He said, "They'll be working in my harvest." All right now. Wow, praise the Lord. So maybe you should do you have some of my deliverance books that's on Barnes and
I have
Nobles?
a couple of them, but I want to, like, right now I'm trying to get myself, like, be able to financially be able to invest in more books, because I go to library as much as I can. And yes, I would
Well, I
like
pray that God
to
increase your finances, not just to buy my books, but to increase your and increase your finances and expand your coast so that you can do His work comfortably in Yeshua's name.
Thank you, Apostle.
You're welcome. Is there anything else?
Pray for my family members that that they find peace in the life that God has for them, and that they come to God. And
You just said they was. I just gave you the word.
I know.
Okay, well,
I want them
Daddy, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, we just thank you that you're gonna be saving folks in her family and outside her family. You're gonna be using her, and you're gonna be using other people to do it. And we pray that you give her family peace and a sound mind, and bring their conscience back and open their conscience up to you and who you are. Demonstrate who you are before them, so that they can see who you are through Shauna and through others, so that they will want to come to you willingly and desire to serve you and obey you in Yeshua Jesus' name. And I ask you to bless her children as well, and bless her finances in her household in Yeshua's name.
Thank you, Apostle.
You're welcome, pretty girl. All right, so remember, if you want to keep them looks, don't let them stress you.
I know, because everybody about how young I look, and I'm getting ready to be 38 this year, next month.
I thought you was about maybe 28, 30 tops.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What you got? You got Jesus juice pool in the back of your house? Because I want to come and jump in it.
Tell them that I said I don't take credit for it, that I give it all to God, and I always thank Him, because for as long as, hey, if I can look young for as long as I can, that's a gift from God. Like, and I try my best to keep myself peaceful and reject negativity.
Well, I'm not like, okay, there's some people in the world that people look at and say they're not attractive, but it's the eyes is the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? So you may not be beautiful to somebody else, but then these groups of people over here, you may be beautiful. But the thing I learned with God is He wants us to be as attractive as we can, because if you looking all like hobo and all homely, you ain't dressing right, hair ain't right, teeth all yellow, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to nothing you say, nothing. So he want us to be fit as possible and take care of ourselves, groom ourselves, because when you read the Bible, you hear how fine Joseph was. You hear how fine the prophets were. You hear how fine Esther and Naomi and all of them was. So that's telling you that God wants us to value his beauty that he gives us and to take care of it.
Yeah.
No. All right. So keep me updated and let me know what's going on when you start casting them demons out the family and other people.
I did tell my mom about a dream that I had, that I was fighting with angels in my dream, and we was helping souls regain souls that was being snatched up by demons. And these wasn't no tiny demons. These were big
one, giants.
Yes, and the angels that I was with, they was just as huge as the giants, and I was with them, helping them. And I told her I feel like I had a sword, and I said I was fighting with the angels against the demons that were snatching up souls. And my mom was like,
when another person had a dream like that, when you see yourself fighting with the angels, that means God has chose you to fight with the angels and to be a soldier on the front line, a warrior. And then them demons was really big, so that means he's anointing you to fight those kind of big principalities, because those are principalities, chief regional demons, principalities, archdemons. So he has anointed you to fight those kind of demons. Not everybody can fight those kind of demons. You have to have a special anointing for those. Because I remember this girl, she had a heavy anointing. She was a white girl too. She had a heavy anointing. And I was dealing with them incubus demons back then. And she was she had got some stuff out of me and stuff, but I don't think her spiritual life was that tight, because she wound up having a stroke 2 weeks later.
Wow.
And almost died. And the Lord had told me and her, he had showed me where she was weak in the spiritual realm. And when I went to go tell her, she didn't want to have nothing to do with me. It was because of that. But then I would say 2 months after she got out of the hospital, he showed me her. She was hungry. Like, she ain't had no money to buy food. And she had a ministry, but her ministry had went down, but I hope it's picking back up. And she didn't have any money. This was like 2012, 2013. She didn't have no money. And he showed me her balled up on the bed with her knees in her chest, just rocking like this. And he said, call her. And I'm like, Daddy, because I started to delete her number, but he told me to keep it. And he said, call her. And I was like, but Daddy, she don't want nothing to do with me. She don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole. He said, call her. So I called her, right? And I told her the vision I had. And she was like, oh, my gosh. And I described the clothes. She had on these black pants and like a beige sweater, and her hair was like down, and she had her glasses on. Her face was so red. And I described herself, and she just went ballistic after that. She was like, oh my God, that's God. And then I said, it's something squeezing your head. And she said, oh my God, I'm having such a migraine I've never had before. And then I said, and God said, you hungry? She was like, oh my God, yes, I've just been eating potatoes for 2 weeks, every day, potatoes. And so I said, okay, well, let me pray for you. Then I'm going to send you $150. I'll never forget this. And you go buy you some groceries. So she's crying. So I started praying for her, right? Do you know? She and me saw the demon come up out of her head. She saw the demon come up out of her head. And I saw it too.
Wow.
When I started praying. And then after that, she got her skin color back. She was able to like come from out of that fetal position. And she was so excited. And she was just crying. And then I was going to send her 150. Then God was like, send her 200, right? So I sent her 200 through the PayPal. And she was able to go get some food. She kept telling me she was eating potatoes for 2 weeks. That's all she could afford to buy was potatoes and water.
Wow.
And this is a woman who had a huge ministry when I met her. She the one that got me started on the radio station, and I had like 50,000 followers. I don't know where they at today though. on the radio show, right? And she had a pretty big ministry, and she had a lot of books out. I didn't even have. I think I had maybe one book out. She had a bunch of them out, right? So I don't know how she's doing now, right? Because we had another falling out because God told me to tell her 2015 that he wanted her and I to work together in ministry for a certain amount of time. She called me a she-devil and said I wanted to steal her ministry, and that the devil told her to do that, not God. I cried like a baby. You know why I cried? I cried to God. I said, God, 2 times you used me to heal her. 2 times you used me to cast demons out of her. 5 times you used me to give her money. And she thinks that about me. I said, I'll never talk to her again. And I have not talked to her since, right? But if God ever wanted me to open the door to her again, I have no choice. And then I noticed, I kept up with her from 2015 to 2018, and I noticed her ministry was going down, down, down. She married a guy who was in prison, and he didn't never come out. And I told her, when she did that to me, I emailed her back, and God said, tell her, because she kept telling people, oh, I'm not going to start traveling and really doing my ministry really big again until my husband comes out of prison. And then the Lord told me to tell her, and I emailed her, that your ministry will never start because he's not coming out of prison. And up until 2018, 2019, he was still in prison.
Wow.
And her ministry, yeah. So I was a blessing to her because he wanted us to work together. Who knows where our ministry would have went or mine would have went if we would have collided together like he wanted us to. But she thought I was the devil trying to steal what she had.
After all the healing and everything you did for her and the deliverance, she still.
And she introduced me to her radio people, and that's how my radio show took off. Really, that God used her to kind of take my ministry up because, I mean, I was like everywhere I went to get deliverance, I was ministering and I was prophesying, and I was even casting out other people, and I had my own demons. I had to come home and cry about it, right? And then when I met her, that's when I started getting on the YouTube scene and Facebook and stuff like that. She didn't want to help me do that. She didn't want to help me set up PayPal. She didn't want to help me to do the radio show. She gave me good ways to write sermons. So I started writing sermons and stuff like that. He used her to really help me, and for her to end that way was shocking to me, and it hurt me like a baby. I cried because I really, really loved her, and she's a Caucasian woman, and I really, really loved her like a sister, and I was very, very thankful to her. But when she did that those 3 times, you know, I was like, I think ever since she had that stroke, she had changed toward me because she figured it was the demons I was dealing with. And then Daddy said it was because she had an opening. He said she shouldn't have never tried to cast that demon out of me. She cast out some stuff, but she couldn't get that demon out of me in 2012. And then the Lord said she should have never did that. He said she should have consulted him first, and he would have told her not to do it. But she didn't do that. She was prideful and gung-ho, and she did it. And she had a stroke 2 weeks later because that demon I was dealing with was like a principality. I remember I went and I cast the demon out of this person. And that night when I went to sleep, I got beat up real bad. I woke up, I had bruises on me. I tell you no lie, this was 2013. And I was crying, and I asked God why. He said, did you ask me? Could you cast that demon out? Did you fast? He said, did you ask me what kind of demon you was dealing with? You was dealing with a chief regional demon. You're not in that authority yet. That's why you got beat up. And I let it happen. And ever since then, I don't cast no demons out unless he tell me to do it. I done got beat up too many times in my sleep. I've had demons come and take me out my chair and try and toss me across the room and threaten me to leave them alone. I'd be like, okay. Then I wake up and I'll be talking to God. And God was like, no, I want you to still do this. All right, but I want you to still. So I do it, and then it'll come back again. And this time I'll be all strong, right? And I'll be fighting it, and I have my sword, and I cut their heads off, you know. And then they go on.
Yeah, they let you know if you approaching their territory. They'll let you know
Them
if you're approaching it.
Big demons will do that. Them imps and the normal demons, they ain't gonna bother you too much. It's them big ones, the principalities, the regionals, the archdemons, the chief demons, the princes and princesses. Those the ones. And then they got the master demons. Those are the ones that'll come for you. The imps and the regular demons, they may here and there, but not that much. It's the big ones that come for you, because they're big, because they've been in that generation for so long. Because most demons start out in a generation in a bloodline as imps, like little midgets, like this. You go hold them in your hand. But as they go through the bloodline, they grow. And the more people come in the bloodline and the more they spread themselves in, the more they grow. Then they start branching off, and other demons start coming out of them, which are their children. For you know it, you got a principality or a chief demon with layers of pyramids of demons under them through the whole family. And then when God raised you up to be the deliverer of the family, that's why all heck break loose on you, because all of them things is coming for you, because you're the one that God is going to use at the gateway to unlock and open so everybody could get delivered. So if they could stop you, then another deliverer may not come for 5 to 10 to 15 years or another 2 generations. And then by that time, they be done wiped out the whole family. So that's why they come after you the hardest, and you crying like, oh, what's going on? Because you the one he chose to raise up, and they know it. So they need to get you out the way, because they know if they get you out the way, it's another decade for another one come. And then they have time to get out half the family. Yeah. So what you need to do when you start casting demons out, right? Because you're going to be dealing with generational demons. You ain't going to be dealing with demons that people just got. You're going to be dealing with generational demons. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go back in people's lineage, because that's what he had me do. You would have to say, I go all the way back to Adam and Eve, even past Adam and Eve, on their mother, father, step-parents, godparents, whatever kind of parents, family they had, right? And then and even if they don't believe in past lives, you'd be like, I go all the way back in all the past lives they ever lived in, and every sinning generation that they was born with, in every life, and they died that way, that's carrying to this day. I go all the way back in those lineages, bloodline, foundation, generation, and DNA. And then let's say you pulling out the demon of the incubus, right? And then you would be like, you incubus spirit, you water spirit. Then you would command it to come out, because you went all the way back to the root. Because see, demons only come out is when you get to the root cause, and the root cause is going way back in their lineage. And then you be like, you know, whatever they did or their family did in this life and past life to cause this spirit to come in, you could call out like fornication, adultery, wearing fake hair, makeup, whatever it is that they're going through, because the Holy Spirit will lead you, and a lot of times tell you why they got that demon, right? And then that's when you start shredding them and taking them out. Then you call the angels and ask the angels to come and box them up and set them on fire. You ask the Holy Spirit to rope them and throw them over the mountain. All kinds of stuff you could do. And you ask the Holy Spirit to burn them up. And then the one that they really fear is sending them to the foot of Yahushua Jesus for their destructional judgment. Meaning once they destroy, that's it.
Yeah, I do be saying that when I pray. How you just reference the demons, how like when they get attacked, we call the angels to attack them. I remember one of my prayers, I told them, like, I asked for God to send the angels to block every corner, every opening in the house. And I said, if they where they cannot escape, and if they have to, let them bounce off the angels like ping pong ball before they send to the foot of Yeshua to be.
I be asking the angels to tear them up, and what's left of them send them to the feet of Yah to finish them. Yeah. One time I had this vision. It was in this hospital. It was a funny looking hospital, but it was a demonic hospital. But God had made this hospital, and I saw these demons waiting to go into this huge fire. They were waiting, and they were trembling, and they were nailed to the seats. They could not move until their name was called. And when their name was called, they was released, and they could not run, but only into that fire. They were gone, finished, like ashes. Wasn't even ashes left. Gone. And then one time, y'all showed me this big, and I was in heaven with him. I think it's in my heaven book. And he showed me this big old black wormhole. I've never seen a wormhole so big in my life. And I saw the demons just being sucked up in it, and it was finished, gone. So he was letting me know that the demons aren't really reserved to end time. It's just the 1/3 of heaven that fell with Yadaboth and himself. They are reserved to the end time. But anything outside of them is fair game. They gone. They be gone. So when he showed me those two things, I was like, oh, I'm going to be sending them to his feet left and right. Left and right. Left and right. I mean, that gave me so much joy to see that. All right. So when you can, just get my books, because I have a lot of stuff in there that could teach you how to be deliverers. It's like 2 or 3 of them on Barnes and Nobles. I forget the name of them, but they do have the word deliverance in them. Because I'm go to another person, because I've been with you like 20-something minutes. And I'm trying to keep it to 10 minutes. Huh?
I enjoyed every minute talking with you, Apostle.
Oh, I enjoyed talking to you too. And give the kids a kiss for me.
I will.
All right. Much love.
Bye.
All right. Okay, let's see. Come on. Okay, Kim, the Lord told me to go to you, but you're not answering. If you don't, then go to the next one. Wow. Somebody said, wow. Okay. Elise Love. It says connection failed. Let's try again. Okay. Let's see. See, I told y'all to be ready, because y'all didn't know when God gonna send me to you, and you'll miss out if you don't answer. So at least you got 1, 2, 3. Okay. She didn't want to answer. Marlene Seibert, it says you have to follow me. Okay, who is this? Teresa? Teresa Porter, Potter. It's an honor to see you. Okay, well then answer your phone. If it's an honor to see me, Teresa Porter, answer your phone. Hi. Somebody saying hi to me. Okay, Teresa ain't answering. What's the problem? Y'all can't connect or something? Yeah, Sunshine Love, I was going to get you, but it says you're a guest. So you have to follow me. Okay, Jocelyn. I'll be getting off here early because ain't none of y'all answering, or either y'all don't know how to answer. Okay, Jocelyn know how to answer. Hey, Jocelyn.
Hi, Apostle.
How you doing?
How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How you doing?
Okay, because I'm in the car. How are
I can hear you. I'm good. Thank you for all of your tithes.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bless your heart. So what's going on?
I've been having to get my dreams, like I just been having crazy dreams.
Like what?
A lot.
Kind of dream?
Like
Demonic dreams?
Huh?
Are they demonic dreams? Yeah.
Like I feel like witchcraft dreams, basically.
Oh.
And like I've been eating in my dreams, but not recently.
Look, when you see yourself, do you got my book called Deliverance from Eating in Your Dreams? Okay, good. Pray those prayers. But when you see yourself eating in the dream, that means deliverance is about to come to you, and they're trying to stop it by feeding you their demons or poison or whatever they putting in. So all you gotta do is just do those prayers in that book and cancel it and cancel all that's behind it and cancel them trying to stop your deliverance and breakthrough and stuff like that with the blood of Jesus.
Yes, ma'am. And I don't know, cause okay, I started eating in my dreams like last year.
You mean you've been eating your dreams from last year to now? Every day?
Not like
Okay.
so I don't know how to explain it. Like I noticed it, but I wasn't saved then. I just
Okay.
recently, so I noticed it, and I start like asking God, is it my friends? Is it somebody in my family? Like
Sometimes it ain't gotta be a human. It could be the demons that you need deliverance from, and they know that you're about to get deliverance, and that's their way of it's like renewing the covenant. So you also got to cancel covenants and soul ties and three-way covenants and blood covenants and flesh covenants. And you also got to cut the covenant with Satan's communion, because when they feed you, that's his communion. And then you have to cut covenants with his cooks, his chefs, his waitress and waiters, and restaurant, because they have a restaurant in these demonic realms making this crazy food.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's in my dream book. I mean, not my dream book. The book you have, I think, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have a couple of your books. I probably have like 15 of them.
Sister Pat, she got a library. I think she got it.
Wow.
I got 140 books out, or 150. I think she got like 100 of them.
Wow.
She even got some. She even got some that's not even published anymore.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm trying to get there. I'm getting there. And I think it was something else. I think that's pretty much. It's just my dream. I'm just trying to get them together. Oh yeah, and I also ever since I noticed this, like.
Wait. I heard the Lord say, tell her she need to fast. When the last time you fast?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Like how long you been fasting in the past 2 weeks?
I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, maybe like 3 weeks. I fasted for 7 days.
He said, was it dry fast, water fast?
It was water.
And how long you did it?
7 days.
Each day? I know.
Like 8 hours, sorry.
Okay. Have you ever dried fast before? Like,
yes, ma'am. Yesterday I did.
Okay. Do you think you capable? Well, you can, because God can help you. Do 2 or 3 days in a row?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we gonna say 3, because 3 is good, right? So if you could go from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, wake up again, go to sleep, wake up again, go to sleep, 3 days in a row. Now, if you get really, really weak, then you have some water. If you get really, really weak, have some water, right? But if you stay strong, then you're good. And you work?
Yes.
Okay. So have you ever done a dry fast and worked at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
I worked
okay.
8 to 5, Monday, Friday. And
but I'm saying, have you ever gone like 24 hours, 72 hours? Are you off on Saturdays and Sundays? Are you off on the weekends?
Yes.
Okay. So do a dry fast tomorrow, since it's Sunday, right?
Okay.
And then do the other 2, God said, next Friday and Saturday.
Next Friday. Okay.
So do one this Sunday and do the next one Friday and Saturday. And if you can add Sunday, that's fine. But if not, Friday and Saturday, because you need to get 3 days of dry fasting in. Now, tomorrow and next Friday and Saturday till Sunday, no regular TV. Watch like gospel channels or listen to gospel. Oh, okay. Do you watch on your phone?
Sometimes I get on social media, but I try not to.
No, well, he's telling me to tell you to just watch a lot of gospel, like pray and ask him to lead you to who he wants you to watch, like teachings and sermons for those 3 days, because it's going to be messages, and whoever you listen to, it's going to be something there for you tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. And then he said, tomorrow, write down the things that you are expecting him to do for you, and all promises he ever gave you through his prophets that you can remember. Write them down, anoint them with a little olive oil, pray over it, and then fold it up and put it in your Bible. And he told me, after you do the fast tomorrow and next Friday and Saturday, and he keeps saying, tell her she could do Sunday too if she want, right? He's going to start answering whatever you put in it, and it's going to stop the eating too. He going to deliver you from that. Make sure you put that down on the list too.
Okay.
And any type of witchcraft, put down, Father, if there's any type of witchcraft, I need deliverance from that too. Put that down. And you can also go to my prayer blog, Prophetess Rosalind Solomon.blogspot.com, and pray whatever the Holy Spirit leads you to pray on there too while you're fasting tomorrow and next weekend.
Okay.
Because when y'all said in the Bible, these demons only come out through fasting and prayer, I asked God, I said, God, I used to fast a whole lot, and them demons wouldn't budge.
Yep.
And he said that's because they left out the word dry fast. Some demons only come out through dry fasting. It's like you drain them out of you. You draw them up. You swivel them. So they took out the word dry fast. They made us think, when you fast normally with just some water, or Daniel fast or juice, demons do come out, because some did come out for me, but the strong ones didn't move, and I got attacked worse. Yeah. But I noticed when I do the dry fast, it's totally the opposite. You get serious deliverance, and you get more power, and they get weak. So God said they left out the word dry fast. And the dry fast is the hardest fast to do, because you ain't drinking nothing. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be conditioned by God. You gotta be praying, God help me. And then one time I asked him, I was like, but do I gotta dry fast like 7 days in a row? Can't we just break it up? Can I just do 2 this week and then 3 next week and then the following week 2? Or he'll be like, you do 3 this week and do 4 next week. I'm like, can we do 3 this week, 3 next week, and then 1 the following week? I've been negotiating with him, because that 7 days straight, I've done it, but it is the hardest thing to do. You can't go out your house. You can't even go out your room, because if you go out your room into your kitchen, it's over with. And then I got a little refrigerator in here, so if I get thirsty, I gotta have something to drink. I'm still doing the dry fast. I got something to drink. I go get me some water. Or I put like a little lemon juice in it, fresh lemon, and drink it, because that makes you feel full for a certain time. And he'll let me do that, because sometimes the dry fasting can be very, very hard. No matter how many times you do it, it could be very, very hard.
Yeah. It was hard yesterday,
fasting in itself is hard. Just fasting on water is hard. Doing Daniel fast, you be missing meat. Everywhere you go, you be smelling hamburger, chicken, rice. You be smelling noodles. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah.
So what else is going on?
I wrote it down, but that's pretty much it. It's just that I'm trying to get my dreams straightened, because I noticed that I've been having them, well, not the eating, but like going in the marketplace and just
going in the marketplace. What you doing in the marketplace in the dream?
I don't know. I just noticed it because I was like, God, I'm still having this same recurrent marketplace dreams, like in a mall. And
are these malls familiar to you? Are these malls familiar to you? Like, have you ever been in them before?
A couple of them, yeah, and then some of them, no.
Okay, the ones that you've been in before, did you ever do any kind of sins or shoplift, whatever?
No.
Because it's a reason why you keep having a reoccurring dream in those malls that because something happened. Maybe ask God to unblock your memory.
Okay.
Because when they show us those demonic dreams like that, your deliverance is in the dream. So when you fast tomorrow and
Yes, ma'am.
tonight, ask God, why do you keep seeing yourself in that mall? What happened in the mall? Did you do something in the mall? Did something happen to you in the mall and you can't remember? Was it the kind of people you was hanging around then?
Probably so,
You can,
because
yeah.
I used to
So
hang
you
around.
might maybe need to break soul ties and covenants and connections and third party connections with the people that you probably used to hang around with in the mall. Do you remember any particular faces?
Mm, I just walk in the mall by myself. I never buy anything, and I just go and leave and get in my car and just drive.
Yeah, there's something about you being in the malls. You need to ask God, what is the root? Because like I had a ex-fiance, and I haven't seen him in a decade. And like 2 years ago, he all of a sudden just started occurring in my dreams. But he was being nice to me in the dreams and stuff. And I would wake up, I'm like, why am I dreaming about him? I don't want him no more. I said, I wish him the best, Daddy, but I don't want nothing to do with him. And then Daddy said that there is a witchcraft connection to you two. And I was like, what? And so as soon as I canceled that out, and he said, I did it. And I didn't know I did it. Like, I had friends that was like, I mean, I told this testimony before. I have friends and family members who was into that kind of stuff. And like if I was having a problem or something with him, I would tell my friend or something, and she go, well, let us read the tarot cards and see what's wrong with him. So she read tarot cards, and then she would show me and tell me what was wrong with him. But see, I didn't know at that time, when you let somebody read tarot cards for you, you making a covenant with the devil. And she was a witch, whether she knew it or not. So you making a covenant with witchcraft. So she did about 4 or 5 readings in the 2-year spans was together. And then one time she told me she was gonna light a candle for me, and she had put his name and my name on this piece of paper, and she put it under the candle. And whatever she did, it worked, right? But see, I didn't realize that I was making a witchcraft covenant doing that, and putting him, exposing him to witchcraft, which was against his will. So that covenant was still there. And I was like, Daddy, all the witchcraft I repented for and stuff, you mean to tell me that's still there? So the moment I repented for letting her read the tarot cards and putting our name under the candle and stuff like that, I ain't see him no more.
Wow.
So the little things like tarot cards, people don't know when you get tarot cards read, they split your soul, spirit, and body. Because you know how you could cut them in 3, if you ever had one before. Cut them in 3. So you're literally cutting your soul, your spirit, and your body apart. Then what they do is they'll tell you, pick them back up and put it together. So they make you tear yourself apart, and then they make you pick yourself back up and put yourself together, and then you give her the cards. And in the spirit realm, that's what you just gave Satan your soul and your body and legal rights to your spirit, because God is the owner of the spirit. And then when I realized that, I was like, what? And then you open yourself up to the witchcraft spirit, because that's witchcraft.
Yeah.
And you open yourself up to the divination spirit. That's how people become liars, right? And then you open yourself up to the deception spirit, because there's all kinds of deception there, right? And then you make covenants and soul ties with that witch, so she have a legal right to you, and whatever covenant she's in, and with Yanaboff, and he have a right to you, and whoever rolling with him.
Wow.
And so when I let her do that for me, I didn't know that was happening. And then the tarot cards have spirits of their own. How do you think, like when you look at a tarot card, it has different images on it, different species on it. So you may covenant with all those different little spirits. So you got to say, like, Father, in the name of Yahushua Jesus, I break all covenants and soul ties from every tarot card individually that was ever read for me, that I ever touched. I break covenants and soul ties with the blood of Yeshua Mashiach, and I take away its legal rights to me, and Yadaboff legal right, and all the species and demons behind it. I take away their rights from me. I cancel their rights. I invoke the blood. I provoke the blood against them. I cancel it. I bind it up and loose it to the feet of Yah to destroy it. And then repair it with all your good spirits and all your goodness and your fruits of the spirit. In Yeshua's name. And Father was like, most people don't even know when they read those tarot cards, they made multitude of covenants. Where every individual card with the witch and her coven and Yadabaoth and whatever follows Yadabaoth. So this is why some people, they living so good for God, they righteous, but can't get no deliverance because nobody's not telling them this stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So have you ever had tarot card reading before?
I think a long time ago.
Okay. Well, then you need to repeat that prayer that I'm saying, because that could be one of the legal grounds they have to be feeding you too. Let me tell you, Yadabaoth will use something from 500 years ago in your bloodline to get your blood. He ancient blood. He'll go back 1,000 years. And he like, let me look at one of her past lives, see what I get. Because she died with and never repented.
That was some nuggets. Thank you.
So when you fast tomorrow, next weekend, you do all that stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
And then ask him to show you anything that the enemy has buried in your memory that you can't remember. Tell him to resurface your memory, resurface your memory cells, shock your memory cells with the fire of the Holy Spirit to bring back anything that you need to remember, because the other thought is called whitewashing. Like when a person died and they go into the light, which is that moon, and they go where they got to go, and then they go into that light, they get whitewashed. They put them through something and they whitewash their memory from their past life. Now, some people, like children, will remember something, but then after 12 or 13, they don't remember anymore. They do that to you while you're alive. It's called whitewashing. They whitewash your memory. Like when you go to sleep at night, you wake up, you be like, I know I dreamed, but I can't remember it, because they done whitewashed it from you, right? They teach us that they eat your dreams, which is true. They steal your dreams, which is true. And they wipe them out, which is true. But nobody teaches you about the whitewashing. They will wash that dream right out your brain. And even God sometimes can't retrieve it. That had happened to me. Sometimes I would wake up, I can't remember nothing. And I used to pray. And he used to always bring my dreams back. But then he got to the point where he wasn't bringing them back all the time. And I finally had to ask him, I'm like, Daddy, why you not bring my dreams back like you know them do? He said, because they whitewashed them. When they whitewashed. So then I said, well, how can I get my whitewashed dreams back? He said, ask me to send your angels to go fight against them and retrieve them and wash them with the blood and bring them back to you. Moment I started doing that, they started coming back.
Good.
Yeah. And being a dreamer or being a prophet or being a seer, they're going to mess with your gifting periodically in life. Some of the best of us, they're going to mess with you. And you have to know how to undo the damage that they're doing. Like in the spiritual realm, they will connect your memory to that whitewashing machine. It's like some people, they dream every night and wake up and can't remember nothing. Because their brain, spiritual brain, pineal gland, and their dream box is connected. It's like a washer and dryer connected together. You're connected to that whitewashing machine in the spiritual realm. So every time you have a dream, it washes it right out. Even God will send you stuff and it'll wash it right out. And it takes that act of God to give it back to you. That's for anybody that's watching. Daddy told me to just let it out if I did. So that's for anybody that's watching. That's it. So if you going to sleep every night, you waking up and you can't remember nothing. No, you got a gift, you a seer, a prophet, and you have, that's what they're doing. They got you hooked up somewhere in the spirit realm, your pineal gland, your dream box, and your spiritual eyes and brain to a whitewashing machine. So nothing could get through, even what God's saying you can't get through. And it takes the act of him to bring it back. All right. And then I want you to pray. I know you got my book, but I want you to pray. And like before you go to sleep tonight, pray in the name of Yahushua Jesus. I will not be eating in my dreams. I talk to you, my spirit. I talk to you, my soul. I talk to you, my mouth. I talk to you, my tongue. I talk to you, my throat. We will not be eating in our dreams this night or any night anymore. And any witch or worker of iniquity or evil worker or practitioner, any demons, any higher ranking spirits that try to come to feed me, my angels will set you on fire and destroy you in Yeshua's name. So start praying that. Come back and listen, write it down, and start praying that before you go to sleep until you don't see it no more.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, I will do.
All right. So you're going to get some deliverance when you do that dry fast tomorrow, next weekend. Trust me, you're going to get some deliverance. And I would recommend, if you can, try and do a dry fast at least one day a week. Or if you can't do that, then just do a 24-hour water fast one day a week. Because you
Okay.
are a seer, you are a dreamer.
I
So
knew that. I figured
you got to
that.
keep the fire going. You know what I mean? Yeah, so if you can't do a 24-hour dry fast, do a 24-hour water fast and put some lemon in it because it'll help you feel a little fuller. At least once, twice, 3 times a week, however the Holy Spirit is leading you, but at least once every week from now on. You'll be surprised how strong it's going to make you spiritually, and you'll start dreaming better and seeing stuff, and he'll be wowing you with the stuff that he shows you. You might even start to hear him. Your ears might unclog. You know, and you'll get so much more spiritually inclined and stronger, and then he'll use you for other things because your authority is getting higher in the spirit realm.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, so you do that, okay, and stay pretty.
Oh, thank you.
And I like your what's that, like a turban wrap?
Yeah, I just did it myself this morning.
And I see all that pretty baby hair.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So keep me updated, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Oh,
Thank you, Apostle.
and thank you for your tides too, because you be tied too. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Much love.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I'll take some water. I always learn so much. That be secrets I have inside of me that I ain't never told before. God will be like, okay, let him out. I'll be like, all right, Daddy. All right, let's see if sis gonna answer. You don't answer, sis. Oh well.
She mashed me.
Hey.
Hey, sis, how you
How
doing?
you doing? Good. How you
All
doing?
right, sitting here eating some late breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. It's like 1:13.
I know.
Gee,
We just all
get your
got to eating.
baby looking face. Your hair, look, your hair color give you away.
Yeah. I love it though. I
I
love it.
know it's nice and white. It's not. It don't got that gold or yellow in it like some women's do.
Yeah, but there's a tint of brown back here, like it's changing over to the gray from the black.
Don't
So,
say gray, white.
oh,
God
white,
hair
white,
ain't
white, white,
gray. That's the
white.
devil.
Yes, white,
Yes.
white.
Okay. So what's going on?
Um, Nothing. Just been having some dreams. That's about it. But everything seems to be
So what's going
changing.
on with the VA thing?
I just checked it yesterday. It's still at the 10% that I have, but as far as the lawyer and my cases and stuff, it's still in appeal. So I'm just waiting.
Yeah, sometimes they could, and they probably backlog too, because that COVID
Uh
stuff
huh.
set people behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
How your brother doing? Did he get out that
I
situation?
haven't talked to him recently. Mama Lena did, but he was saying how she was played this little actress role. She was crying and saying she was sorry, but I haven't heard anything since then.
Mhm. All right. So did your daughter find a job yet that just graduated?
No, she wanted to do some kind of intern she was telling me about, and then we was like letting her rest because she was saying, you know, she appreciate us letting her have a break from school because she have been working really hard. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Her
yeah. So
brain needs to rest. Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
So she looking for something, you know, to intern to make some money, and then I guess from there she'll look for a job.
Or maybe the internship might turn to a job.
Yeah. But yeah,
How Mama Lena doing?
she is wonderful. She over here in the kitchen.
Eating?
Where she was, I think she finished.
Oh, tell her I said hello.
She hear you because I'm at the table. She hear you.
Oh, okay.
She said hello.
And how's the rest of the family?
They good. I guess with my sister, I've been, you know, talking to her. She doing all right.
What about your
said
father?
I haven't heard from him. I really feel like something going on with him, but I don't keep in contact with him.
Okay. Well, if you feel something going on with him, then just pray for him. That's all you could do.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
So you ain't meet no man yet, potential husband yet?
No. I haven't been trying to go out there and look. I just felt like when Yahushua ready, he gonna send them.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to look. I was just wondering if you been to church or anything, could have met somebody or something, or a conference or whatever.
Oh no. Huh? Every time we go to church, they treat us like we stole something. Oh, Mama Lena said every time we go to church, they treat us like we stole something.
What do you mean?
She said, what do you mean? They antisocial. You know? They antisocial.
Oh, they don't speak to y'all?
Yeah. They just stare at us. They just stare at us.
Oh, because they sense that the God in you. Because most people in the church don't have as much of God in them as y'all two do. So that's probably why they look at you funny.
Yeah. But I have been thinking about volunteering at this I think it's called Freedom Village, this like food bank shelter place that I seen online. I actually talked to her because she had got some funds from my company that I work for. So I was gonna get in contact with her to start, you know, do some volunteer work, to do something.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
because what's her name? Was it not Esther? Ruth. She met Boaz while she was working in the marketplace.
Okay. Because that's been heavy on my spirit to do that. And I'm like, maybe I need to do that.
If it's heavy in your spirit to do that, then that's Yah.
Okay.
God telling you.
Yeah, because I feel like there'll be a way of giving, you know, and helping out with whatever they need, you know, in the center.
Yeah, because if you don't always have the money to give, volunteering is like giving money too, because you're giving your time away for free.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. So how many days a week they do it?
I don't know. I gotta get with her. I think the only way I can get with her is on LinkedIn, because I follow her on LinkedIn. So I just get in contact with her and ask her some questions and see, you know.
You can't go there?
I know where it's at. It's in Norfolk, but I just, you know, don't know like exactly where it is. So I'll get all that information once I get in contact with her.
How far is Norfolk from you?
I'll say about 10 miles, because it's like 7 cities. You got what? Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Hampton.
Oh, you by Virginia Beach?
Yeah, I'm in.
Do y'all be going on the beach?
No, ma'am. I don't go down there. They too racist.
You can't trust beaches no more, because they be wearing thongs and the men, all the stuff be hanging out, boobs. Nobody want to see them.
Yes.
I'm like, I wish they had a Christian beach.
Right. You right.
I don't mind. I like the beach, laying in the sun, sticking my feet in the water, but I ain't gonna swim.
Right.
But I don't want to see all of this.
Yes.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, that's why I don't go down there. Plus, they racist down there, so I don't go.
Virginia Beach?
Yes. Yes.
A lot of black folks go there, don't they?
Yes, they do. But there'll be some shootings and stuff down there too. I don't go down there. Yes.
I never heard that before.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
What?
that's why I don't go down there.
Oh,
I do not
okay.
go.
I'm glad you told me that,
Yeah.
because don't they be having like festivals and carnival stuff?
Yes.
And they be
They just
shooting there?
they just had like something in the water with Pharrell Williams. He had like all these entertainers come on the beach. This was like in April,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I guess crowded. Like I said, I don't go down there for anything.
What, he was making a music video or something?
No, he just have these different artists that come to Virginia Beach because he's from Virginia Beach. And he have the entertainers come for like a festival, entertainers for like 3 days.
Everybody and their mamas there because they want to meet them.
Right.
And the girls got all their stuff hanging out to attract them.
Right. So I don't go down there. I don't go down there.
Well, I ain't going there neither then, since you told me that. Because I was going to maybe go one day for their festival and stuff, but
yeah, my granddad, he has a timeshare there, but I don't even go visit no more.
Like certain, like I haven't been to a festival in a long time, but certain festivals I will go to because I like their food and stuff, you know. But nah. So if I ever came down to see y'all, we got to go somewhere else then.
Yeah, sure will. Because I don't go down there. Don't go.
Wow. All right. Well, did you need any prayer for something or anything?
No, I feel like everything is fine. Y'all's taking real good care of us. You know, I heard you the other day. Heard you the other day. You just got to be patient. You can't rush them. But I did see something yesterday I'm curious about. I saw on my Credit Sesame, they sent me a notice saying that they closed Department of Education account, and I was trying to verify.
It was closed too. $30,000 almost.
So does that mean when it says it's closed that they actually closed the account? Because I wasn't for sure.
Does it have zero balance?
Yes, I saw all that.
Didn't that mean they closed it?
Okay, well,
because they can't close it and put zero balance and then come back and open it.
Right. So I got a testimony then. I guess y'all took care of it.
Did you get a letter or anything or email from them?
Only thing I got was the notice from Credit Sesame saying that my account was closed.
Well, I had got an email like in January telling me they were considering closing my account. And just it would take another month or two. And then I got 3 places monitoring my credit, and I had got emails from all 3 of them telling me my educational account had been closed. So when I looked, it had all green checks, pay. Then it had zero balance, closed.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess there it is. That's a testimony I got in there.
You had a lot too, more than 30,000.
No, it was about 18,000.
Shoot, that's still good.
It is.
That's still good. Did you have all the green checks?
I ain't see no green checks. I just saw zero balance.
Oh, okay.
I saw the letter that they had about the COVID and Joe Biden, and then I went into the student loan, the Nailnet account, and I saw zero balance up there. So I'm like, okay, so it's closed then. That's why I'm taking it as it's closed.
Mine's been there since 2011. Yeah, when the last school I was in, I left there 2 years later. So 2011 was when I first got the loan. So we're like 13 years. So I think they're erasing the loans that are 10 years and older. Okay. And then I'm considered a clergy. So if you've been a clergy for 10 years or more, you qualify, and I have been. So in yours, how old was your student loan?
It's been since 2015 that I had that student loan.
So yours is like 8 years. So maybe they going, 8 years and above.
Yeah. Well, I did apply for that whatever.
Oh, you when that application
Yeah,
came out for Joe Biden. See,
yeah,
I never applied for that. Back in 2018, I had applied for them to erase it,
Mm-hmm.
and what they did was they sent me a letter and said they took $3,000 of interest off, and that came right back a year later.
Oh, wow.
So they already had my information because they emailed me, and they had told me that.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Well, my kids did the same thing. They applied for it too, the applications when they came out too. So
Oh, they didn't hear nothing yet?
nope. Neither one of them told me anything. So I'm hoping that theirs get, taken away too.
I pray that too.
We all want to be debt free.
I pray that too. All
Yeah.
right, then. Well, I just pray that everything stay good for you and Mama and your family, and
Yeah.
Daddy. I just raise y'all up to Daddy.
Yes. Yes.
And I
Thank you.
pray you get
Appreciate
some
it.
good news
Yes.
from the VA, like what you
Yes.
show on those sheets.
Uh-huh. Yes. Me
So
too, Apostle.
son is coming,
Yes.
because that
Yes.
was amazing seeing
Yes.
that on the sheet. I was like,
Yes.
I ain't never seen that before.
I know.
And now Pat, in the beginning she couldn't see it, but then when she looked again, she was like, I saw it, but she couldn't see all the numbers like I could.
Right.
So he
Yeah.
allowed her to see some
Yeah.
of it. So she was shocked too.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I still got the pictures. I kept them.
Really? Yeah, we got them too.
Yeah,
So
I
you
kept them.
you already know what's going to happen.
Oh,
So
I was gonna hook y'all up when I get some big money.
okay, well same here. Same here.
We'll be
Okay.
exchanging checks.
Yes, we will. In Yahushua Jesus' name, we will. Thank you.
Yeah, we will. And in sure Jesus' name, y'all be coming to Jersey to collect that gift I told you.
Yep, sure will.
Hopefully it'll still be, you can fit it, because
Uh-huh.
I know you losing weight and stuff.
Yep. I can fit it.
Oh, you could go get it tailored.
Uh-huh. Sure can.
All right. So
Okay.
much love.
Okay,
And
much
we'll
love to
talk
you
soon.
too.
All
Okay,
right.
bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. All right. I saw Brandon on here. I don't know if he's still on here. Is that the Brandon I talked to? Because the Lord had just put me. I don't know if that's the young Brandon or the older Brandon. Oh, it didn't come up. Okay, I guess that wasn't. What's her name? Elise Crenshaw. That says, wow. Because she ain't answering. So we'll come off for that one. I already talked to my daughter about a week or two ago. I already talked to Devon. Beach is rough. It is. Well, the comments keep jumping. Every time I decide to pick somebody, the comments keep jumping. I don't know why they comments jump like that. God told me to go back to Kim. Kim, he giving you a second chance. You don't answer, that'll be it. Thank you. Wow, I got 1,610 stars. Kim, God must want to say, oh, okay, I was about to say, he must want to say something to you, as he told me to go back again.
Hi, Apostle.
Hi, how you doing? This is my first time seeing your face, I think, right?
Yeah,
How you doing?
yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
And thank you for all your donations.
You're more than welcome. Praise God. He gives it to me.
So what's going on?
I'm having some really weird dreams.
I'm listening. Blowing my nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind
I'm
of
having
dreams?
some really weird dreams. Like last night, there was these people, and I saw myself like running to them, and I wanted to ask them something, but I don't know what I was asking them. And then I'd run to the next one, because after it seems like I asked them the question, it's like, no, I'm not interested. So then I took off again. And then finally somebody just grabbed me, set me down, sat on me, and they said, wait, 1 minute.
And that was it?
That was it. And then I hurried and woke up because I thought, whoa.
So they grabbed you and
they grabbed me and sat on me. Yeah, and said, wait 1 minute.
That can't be good, Father. What is that? I ain't never heard nobody have no dream like that before. Oh, Father, what in the world? Like, it's like something's trying to keep you in one position.
Oh.
Trying to keep you. Like, it's like every time you try to make a move to come outside of this structure they're trying to keep you in, you'll have a dream or something, and it'll keep you in it. So what you need to do is, that dream particularly, you cancel it, which I hope you did. But then you also got to pray, Father, any spirit or witchcraft or anything that's trying to contain me in one position, one spot, so that I can't branch out anywhere else or move. Any power that's putting any heaviness on me, bricks, rocks, or stones, or hooks and fetters and iron trying to hold me in one position, I cancel it in the mighty name of Yahushua Jesus. I invoke the blood of Yah against it and provoke the blood. I bind it up and loose it to Yah feet so he can destroy it. And I ask you to loose me from any strings, cords, fetters, irons that they're hooking me to keep me in this one spot in Yeshua's name, and free me. That's what you need to say, so you can come back and listen to this. And that's what you need to say. And I would recommend you do like a fast, maybe a 3-day fast, 8-10 hours water fast, and do some of my prayers on the Prophetess Rosalind Solomon blog, or if you have some of my prayer books, you can do that with it too. Yeah. Because it's something restricting you and holding you down. It's like every time you're about to branch out somewhere, something happens and pulls you back and stops it. Because that's why you was running, because you was trying to get somewhere, and they didn't want you to get there. So they yanked you, put you down, and sat on you and told you to wait.
Wow.
So that's what it is. So you really need to get that spirit off of you so you can branch out. Are you still...
Could that also be related to all these headaches? I'm having bad headaches.
Yeah, migraine headaches?
Yeah, I got one now.
Pat used to have those, and I prayed for her, and they stop. Every blue moon they'll come, and as soon as I pray for her, they'll go away. So you got any oil? Anointed oil? Okay. Take some and rub it on your hands. And rub your forehead, the top of your forehead. From here, this side, to this side. And then rub some here. Daddy said, tell her to rub some on her hair here. All right. So that's your right hand you're using?
That's my left hand.
Oh, you lefty?
No.
Oh, okay. Put your right hand on your, right here, like this. All right. So, Father, as I stretch forth my hands out to your daughter, I ask you in the name of Yahushua Jesus to deliver her from these migraines. You demons, you entities behind migraines, I command you to come out of her now and go to the feet of Yahushua Jesus to receive your destruction judgment. And take everything that came in with you and after and leave. And ye are cursed, and anything from your kingdoms. You can never, ever manifest in the spiritual realm or physical realm to her or me or anyone on this line. I ask the angels to come and get you right now and bind you up and bind your powers and loose you to Yeshua's feet to be destroyed. And you are never to come back again or anything like you in Yeshua's name. Depart from her now. Go in the name of Yahushua Jesus. Angels of God, assist me in this and chain and bind this thing up and take it to the feet of Yahushua Jesus, where it can be destroyed and never to return or anything like it again from his kingdoms in Yahushua Jesus' name. And Holy Spirit, I ask you to fill her up right now where she needs filling, where that demon once lodged. And if there's anything else in her that's refusing my authority, I ask you to burn it out. I ask you to burn it to the root and force it out. And anything that's not heeding to my authority, I bind you up and I loose you to the feet of the Holy Spirit to deal with you and burn you in Yahushua Jesus' name. And we thank you for her healing and for her deliverance in Yahushua Jesus' name. And I cover her and myself and everyone on this line with the blood of Yahushua Jesus. There'll be no retaliation against any of us for this prayer or this deliverance in Yahushua Jesus' name.
Glory to God.
So,
yes, amen.
What happens is they'll try and make you think you're not delivered. So if it come back, take that oil, put it on your head like this, and just say, I've been delivered from you. I command you to depart to the feet of Yahushua Jesus. I command you to depart in Yeshua's name, and to receive your destruction or judgment. And ye are cursed and cannot ever manifest again in the spirit realm or in the physical to me or anything to do with me again. And it'll go.
Thank you.
All right. You still working at the airline?
I don't work at the airline. I work on Fort Riley up here. I work on post. So
okay. What you doing there?
I work at CIF, the Central Issuing Facility.
Oh, so you work in the military.
Where the soldiers get all
their
where they get all their equipment issued to them and they turn it back into us. So
was you in the military before?
No. I was just blessed. God blessed me with that job.
That sounds like a good job.
It is.
Okay.
I like it. I enjoy it.
So, you didn't meet any soldiers there? That's potential husband material? Yeah.
No, it's really quite sad to see some of them now. They're coming in with fingernail polish and.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's this? Yeah. The Navy? The Army? What?
Army.
That can't be done. With fingernail polish? The Army let them do that? The military let them do that?
Mm-hmm.
They got nails too?
Ponytails. They put man buns on now and everything.
Are they wearing makeup too?
Not that I'm seeing. Not that. No.
Wow. So the Army is making what?
Yes.
I believe that.
Ma'am.
So the Army's letting them in like that now? Oh my gosh.
Yes, ma'am.
So what, is it slim pickings now?
Very slim. Yes.
What's happening to the men?
Man.
Oh my gosh. The enemy is trying to feminize the men, so it won't be no men for us. Women, all of you single women, y'all better start praying that God change these men back. Else we ain't gonna be none. Ain't gonna be none. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna start adding that to my prayer. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, can I ask two more questions? I've been thinking about going back to this church I used to be a part of. Would that be okay?
Okay. Why'd you leave?
Because my eyes were starting to be open and I was seeing some of the stuff. I was finding out you were teaching me the difference between religion and a relationship, and then I was seeing some other stuff, and it's still there. I've been back there and visited a couple of times.
So then why you want to go back then?
So I can get out of this house.
No, what you should do is pray and ask God to lead you to a church. Show you a church that you can, although you got church online, if you want to get out, ask God to lead you to a physical church, that's not real far, that you can go to, that has his heart in it and where his angels show up. Don't go back to the other church. That church is not good. Not at all. So that's what God said. So pray and ask him to lead you to a church, physical church. Say, God, I got church online. I got Apostle Church and whatever else I watch, but I want to sometime get out the house and go to a physical church. So lead me to the right one where I could grow and be rooted in you, and your heart is there, and the angels show up.
Okay.
Yeshua's name. And if he want to lead you to one, then he will lead you to one. And then you could Google what kind of church you go to, non-denominational, Baptist, Pentecostal, what?
I like basically just going when they got a lot of good praising. I like praising, and then I like when they preach out of the Bible.
Well, non-denominational do that a lot. The Baptists do too, but the Baptists their ways is barbaric.
Yeah.
But the non-denominational, because that's where I come from, that type of church. And my pastor, he online too. I'll be watching him sometimes. He be preaching the truth. He may not know that Mama Ru is she, and we reincarnated, but he from Jamaica. He be preaching a lot of truth. And when I go back home, I'm gonna be visiting his church too. I don't care if I have my own. I'm gonna be visiting his too, right? Yeah. And so the non-denominational churches and Pentecostals speak a lot of truth too. And they used to have restrictions, but a lot of their restrictions, like all they used to wear was dresses, which is good. But now they let some of the women wear pants and jewelry and makeup now. But Pentecostals also have a lot of good preaching too. So you could Google non-denominational and then Google Pentecostal churches in your area, right? And then cut and paste them or copy them, and then go before God and ask him if any of those churches or any that could be beneficial to you where you could grow.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay? And then you can get out. Do you go for walks and stuff?
I kind of know. I should.
Yeah, that would be good. You got a car? Why don't you go and have lunch sometime? It's okay to have lunch by yourself if you don't have anybody to go with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Just ask God to lead you to restaurants, that is a safe area that you could go have lunch, and go for a walk. And when you're going for a walk, God will watch you and you just be talking to God.
Yeah.
You in Florida?
Kansas.
Oh, you in Kansas?
Yeah.
I never thought you was in Kansas. Yeah, it ain't much to do out there. Now, see, if you was here in Georgia, I would let you roll with me and Pat, or you'll roll with me.
Yeah. I'm turning red saying I'm from Kansas.
So that's where you originally from?
Born and raised.
Oh, okay, okay. So you a Kansas girl.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm an old country girl.
That's fine.
Old country girl. Yeah.
I would probably be bunkers down there, man. Coming from the cities, I'll be like, I'll be like having issues down here. I'm like, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I love you, baby, but I got to go.
I know. I always laugh so hard when you get to talking about Georgia and being a country.
I was telling Pat when I go home, I'm gonna buy me some chickens, right? And I'm have a little couple chickens to make me some eggs. Pat was like, well, you need a hen to do that. I'm like, why I need a hen? And she was like, because he's the one that's going to make him have babies. So I said, so you mean he going to have 3 wifeys? Because I'm going to buy 3 chickens. She started laughing. And she was like, yeah, he got 3 wifeys, right? So then I told her, I said, well, I was on Instagram and I was watching this lady set up the chicken coop. And so when I told her what it was, she was like, no. And then she was like, Rosalind, them chickens going to starve. I said, how they going to starve? She was like, you know your little bougie butt ain't going to be out there feeding them. I said, yes, I will. She was like, you know you're not going to do. I said, I'll feed my chickens, or I'll hire somebody to do my chickens. I was serious. And I'm still thinking about it. Get me 3 chickens and a hen, and hire somebody to take care of them, and so they can lay me some eggs, because eggs is expensive. Ooh. And then I told Pat, they better not make me mad, because they might wind up in the frying pan. She was like, you're so cruel. But I'm seriously thinking about it. I was watching this lady. I follow her on Instagram. She's a city slicker too. And she made this little chicken coop. And she got, I think, 5 chickens and then the hen. And they be laying eggs. And it looked easy. But if I can't do it, I can hire somebody to do it or get one of my kids to do it. You know what I mean? How bad can it be? You feed them some food. You clean up their poop. I cleaned up cat and dog poop before. Clean up poop and that's it. You ain't got to go pet them and spend time with them. Just go say hi sometime. Go collect the eggs. What else? Really, what else is there, right?
Right.
That's all I wanted. I'm seriously thinking about it, for real. I'm seriously thinking about it. And then I want to grow like a little garden where I could, because I like to cook with like fresh herbs like basils and mint and thyme, right? And then Pat goes, you ain't going to take care of your garden. I was like, I am too. No, you not. You going to hire somebody. You know how you is. I'm like, you think you know me. You don't know me. I'm going to raise a garden. I'm going to do it. Watch. I'm going to do it. So every time I cook, like we be going in, I think is it Aldi's or Liddy's? They have the plants, the basil, and they have the mint and the thyme. And like every week and a half, every 2 weeks, I'm buying them because I will pluck them and rinse them and eat them. And then I put them in food. And I'll make cucumber sauce with the thyme, and they taste so good in the food. They make the food taste good. And then the lemon drink, I put the mint in there, and I'm starting to like it. And so I was like, you know what, Daddy, I'm gonna grow my own herbs when I go home because I like it. Where you could just go and pluck them, rinse them off, throw them in the food, and it make the food taste so good. So just because you're a little bougie or city girl don't mean God can't make you a little country girl at times. Right. So you can do things, Right. Or is there anything else?
One more thing. I used to cut hair for a living, and I still cut my family's hair. Is that okay with Daddy? Or should I quit cutting their hair?
The women?
And men, both.
Well, the men, what? Well, really, the men ain't supposed to be cutting their hair neither, but they going to do it. Their hair's supposed to be long like our ancestors, but they going to do it. And the women, their hair's supposed to be so long where it covers their breasts, But let me ask God. I can't just say for myself. So he said she should stop doing it. Although they want to do it, that's their will, right? But by you doing it, you're participating in it, and you're cutting like the nerves, because we have nerves at the edge of our hair, so you're cutting those nerves, So just repent to God, because you didn't know, for cutting off the nerves and cutting their hair, and you not knowing it,
I wondered. I think I've been feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that might be why you stuck in that you were stuck in that position I saw you in the spirit room, because you cutting people hair, you cutting the nerves off. Now, if they go and do it themselves, that's on them. That's between them and God. But you shouldn't be participating in that. And you can pray and confirm that with God too.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
And then one time I asked God, because I used to get split ends, because like my hair is growing all around here and it's taking its time up here. And I don't get the split ends anymore. But I asked God about that. I was like, what about the split ends? Because sometimes the split ends stop your hair from growing. And then he was like, well, when women perm their hair and dye their hair, that's what causes the split ends. If you don't put no perms and dyes in your hair and you just leave it natural and you take care of it, you're not going to get any split ends. Because he was like, our ancestors, he said, your ancestors didn't have split ends.
Wow.
So he told me it was the perms, the hair dye, the harsh chemicals that women put in their hair, temporary dye that they put in their hair that causes the split ends.
Wow.
So if you stay all natural, you wouldn't have to deal with those split ends.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. All right. So you good now?
I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. It was finally nice to see that beautiful face. Because you've been following me for years.
I have.
All right. So
Yeah.
God, and I pray that, and I always pray, well, over everybody, but you've been so faithful, right? And I'm like, God, you just have to make this woman rich. You just have to make her well off, because she is one of, and I prayed it for like maybe 10 other people, and I'm like, because she is so faithful, she does not miss a beat. I said, so she has to be rewarded for every penny she ever gave me, 1,000x, and he said she will be rewarded.
Glory to God. Thank you, Apostle. That's so adorable.
That's
And
probably
it's coming right back to you,
why you
sweetheart, I
got that
promise.
other job, because you was having problems on the airline, and I remember we was praying about that. That's probably why,
Yeah.
because you're such a faithful tither.
Well, thank you, y'all. Thank you, Apostle.
Listen, I'm just gonna blow her up right now. She will tithe and come back again later in the day and tithe again. Or tithe back to back. I'm like, what? She said, "This my other tithe."
Yep.
So he said that he will most definitely reward you.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you, Apostle.
And you, I got like a list. It's a small list. It ain't that big. of some of the followers that over the years have been so faithful to the ministry and that have helped me. I have you on my list. So when God makes me rich, I'm gonna be writing checks.
Oh my God.
And you one of them. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. Ask God. He'll tell you, you one of them. You one of them. You one of them.
That's flattering.
And I also pick you to be one of the workers in my ministry.
I've asked for that.
Because I was just doing it the other day. I was listening. Well, for the past year, I've had the little list in my head of some of the followers that I'm going to help. But just like a couple of days ago, I was asking, I was like, Daddy, who can I trust to work in the ministry? Because you told me, you know, when I move home and get to church and stuff like that, you're going to give me ministry workers. But who can I trust? So far, he gave me like, I think 7 names so far. And you are one of the names on there. And
I've asked him for that.
Yeah. And Pat's on there, but I don't know if Pat gonna want to move to Jersey or be in the city part. So she might be staying behind. Yeah, but you're on there. Then I put my sister Shelly, her twin sister Kelly, her husband, and it was my brother Julian. It was a couple of others I can't remember because I have them in my phone. And then he said he was going to give me more names soon, but he didn't give me the other names. So I think it's about 15 people altogether that follows me that he's going to choose. And you guys are going to have to relocate. If you're going to be working with me, you got to relocate to New Jersey. I know you got a good job and stuff, but you know, by that time I'll be able to pay y'all. I'll give you a salary. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
So it's like 7 or 8 people, and altogether, I think he said it was about 15 or 20 people, and he's supposed to give me the other names soon. Because these are some of the most, because I asked him, I said, give me the ones that's the most trusted, that I know I could trust, you know, that wouldn't betray me or let me down or go against me. You know what I mean? And some could travel with me and stuff like that. And so he just spit out 7, 8 names. And he said he would give me the other, I think it was 7 or 10 more names soon.
Wow. Glory to God.
Yeah, you was one of them. Actually, you was the 4th name because he gave me Travis, Shelly, Kelly, and then Pat, and then you.
Wow. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. I'm shaking.
Yeah, because he told me, and I said, well, you must go. I must gonna have some money because I got to pay these people and help them relocate back.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you, boy. That made my whole day.
I don't know. He just told me to tell you, you was one of them.
Oh my!
I guess he knew that would make you feel good, you know.
Yeah, my cheeks hurt from smiling.
And yeah, okay. She just told me Serena. She's in New York, so she wouldn't have to relocate. Serena, you know, the little cute, pretty one that come on here a lot.
Yeah,
Her, yeah,
she is cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was one of them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I was happy with all the people he had told me, because y'all are some people that been around for years and been very faithful and helpful and stuff like that. So why wouldn't I be able to trust you, you know?
Yeah.
Can you send me your number through Facebook? That way we could talk sometime.
Absolutely.
All right. Absolutely. So you do that. All right. So we'll talk soon. Much love.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm gonna be getting off here at 2:30. So I picked you, Ellis, but you didn't answer. And Brandon, I had went to you. You didn't answer. The sunshine person, you came up. Sunshine. Oh no, you come up, but it says you have to be you a guest, so you have to follow me. And Jacqueline, it says you have to follow me. Okay. And Marlene, you guys aren't following me on Rosalind Solomon? Because you'll come up as a guest and it won't let me pick you. All right. So a lot of y'all not following me. So I think you called my mom, but her Facebook wouldn't show. What's your mom's name? Devontae, what's your mom's name? And OJ Daniel, you got to follow me on Rosalind Solomon too, because it's not letting me pick you. So y'all have to go to Rosalind Solomon and request a friend request. Oh, what happened? Oh, I got to turn it back around. Hold on. Okay, hey, Devontae, is your mom with you? Hold on. Let me pick him and see if his mom is with him. If your mom is with you, I could talk to her. Your mom with you? Hey, is your mom with you? If your mom is with you, I could talk to her. She's right here. Why is doubling? Hi. Hi, Mom. What's your name?
Teresa.
Oh, Teresa. Yes. Oh, yeah, I did try and hit it, Teresa. Are you following me on Rosalind Solomon page?
I do.
I wonder why I said you was a guest.
It came up real funky on my end. I couldn't, because I keep asking Devontae, what am I supposed to put? What am I supposed to put? And she calls me. He's like, Mom, I don't know. It's an honor to meet you, woman of God.
Thank you. It's an honor to meet you too. So what's going on?
I don't know, Rosalind. I mean, I'm just here trusting God, believing God. God is good. He's faithful. My son introduced me to your ministry.
Okay. Yeah, you got, I call him King Brother. He's a good one.
Listen, he has been teaching me so much from the things that you've been teaching him, and it's been amazing. I've seen quite a bit of the things that I'm aware of that you have spoken on come to pass. It's just amazing. It really is.
Yeah. God.
To God be the glory. Yes, it's been a crazy month for me, Rosin. From June 1st, it's just been nutty.
Well, God said that the May was going to be like the money month, and it was. And he said, and I remember last year when I was giving this year prophecy, he said that June was going to be a rough month, but the summer would be better. And then I just told them about a week before June came that he said it was going to be up and down, up and down. And boy, is it kicking the market. But I mean, I was like, I know TMI, but I was on the toilet this morning talking to God, right? I was like, God, I have never seen the crypto and stocks this low. I said, what is this? He said, well, you know how they always call in the bottom? I said, yeah. He said, this is the bottom. I said, wow. They can't go no lower, because some of them are almost at zero. Almost at zero. Penny and a half.
Goodness.
Right? And one coin was a $30,000 coin. It's $21 today.
Wow.
And so he he said that we're at the bottom of the market. Like, so I guess it's the lowest it could go, right? And then, like I read in the news this morning that this, I don't know if you ever heard of this platform, crypto.com, right? It said that they were leaving the USA institution. So everybody thought it meant they was leaving USA. No, they're only leaving the institutions. They're not leaving the USA retail, because the institutions are not investing, like the big businesses, they're not investing in them as much as the retail. So the retail is good. Crypto.com, all of that is going to stay. And Uphold said they're going to stay. And Coinbase is an American company anyway. So it's just the Binance, like God said last year when he didn't want to help that what is his name, Sam Bankman-Fried FTX guy. The Lord said that they were going to try and destroy Binance in the American part, but the international part they weren't going to be able to. And sure enough, it's happening. You know. So, yeah. So what do you need prayer for? Do you have a question to ask God or what?
Rosalind, I am a seer. I dream a lot. And you were talking earlier to someone about, you know, praying and asking God about the whitewashing, because I dream a lot, but some of the things I don't remember when I wake up.
Yeah, whitewashing your dream, taking them away. They either eat them or erase them, or they'll blank them out, or they'll put like a gray covering over you spiritually, or they whitewash them from you. So what you do is, I have a couple of dream books on Amazon and on Barnes and Nobles, and they have like a lot of powerful prayers in them, and it has worked for a lot of people. There's one book, it's called Biblical Interpretation Dream Book. It's gray and black on Amazon. In the back of the book, it has 7 powerful prayers that will open you up to dream. And then I have the Seers book. It's an ebook and a regular book on Amazon, and it's just a book on Barnes and Nobles. That definitely help you, because it teaches you about the different types of seers, because there's different types.
I think I have that one.
Okay.
I haven't completely read through it.
That one got prayers in it too, right?
I think it does.
Have you been saying the prayers?
I haven't read completely through it. I started reading it, and I just got busy and I stopped. I'm a teacher, so sometimes it gets real hectic. But it has prayers in there. But if you could also get the Biblical Interpretation Dream book, it's gray and black. That in the back of the book, I wrote those prayers like in 2014, and it worked for a lot of people. Then I have a couple of dream books on Barnes and Nobles, and I noticed a lot of people tell me they start to dream, and some people have never dreamed, and they read the books or do the prayers. Even the prayers I have on my blog, they'll pray the prayers and fast, and they start dreaming and seeing. Okay, I'll do that.
And usually when the enemy tries to take your dreams from you, it's because God is trying to communicate something to you, breakthrough's about to come, or deliverance, or some type of blessing, and they do terrible things in the dream, and they wipe it from your memory so you won't cancel. But what you need to do is get up in the morning when you pray and just be like, Father, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, any dreams I had or any dreams anybody else had of me that I can't remember, or that they can't remember, or they do remember, I cancel them right now with the blood of Yeshua Jesus, and I invoke the blood against them and provoke the blood against it, and it will not manifest in the spiritual realm and nor in the physical realm. And I bind them up and loose them to your feet to destroy them and their works, so they won't come to pass in Yeshua's name. And then you say, Father, loose onto me in my memory anything that you think I should remember. And a lot of times he'll bring something back, and then sometimes he won't, because maybe what you cancel you don't need to see because you canceled it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Also, Apostle, my husband and I, God has spoken to us about business that we're supposed to be getting, but it just seems like it's dragging. I don't know what to do.
Did you start
I don't know what
it already?
No, the business hasn't officially started. We've gotten the paperwork and all that stuff, but it's like, what direction do we go into for the finances? It's
just them trucks be like $30,000
at least.
Jeez. They say it's hard getting financing nowadays. Did you try to get the financing yet?
We tried going to the banks to get certain things, paperwork and all that kind of stuff. It's a whole lot that they need, and it's just not going anywhere right now. We tried it. We have a credit union. We haven't gotten any luck with that.
So if they keep turning you down?
Pretty much. My husband's working on his credit and I'm working on my credit, but we've not been able to get through to any financing as yet. We're still working on it. We're not going to turn away from it because God said that's what he has for us.
Okay. Well, I'm hearing God say because of the economic turn around, it's like they're not giving people loans unless you have like 700 credit or better. That's what I just heard God say. So, well, okay, he says your dream is still there and it's still going to be achievable, but y'all got to get that credit up.
Okay.
And then I'm hearing him say, he said, tell her, why do they not believe that I am still a miracle worker?
Okay. Okay.
Because you could pray and just say, God, if this is really from you and this is what you really want me to do, anything you want me to do where I need finances, then you're going to make it applicable to me. So you are a miracle working God. So I don't even have to try and get loans. You could just have somebody give it to me or tell me to invest in something where I can get it. I could wake up and it could be in my living room. You know what I mean? So he's saying, tell her, why has she forgotten I'm a miracle working God? So don't just focus on getting a loan. Get your credit right, but just don't focus on getting a loan. Why don't you walk around the house? He is a miracle working God. He is a miracle. I hear him singing it. He is a miracle working God. I am a miracle working God. I am a limitless God. I can do whatever I please. Walk around the house and be singing that.
I will. I receive it.
And then start thanking him. Father, I thank you for the miracle you're going to give me for me and my husband and family to get the money to buy our first truck.
Yes.
Even if it's a used truck.
Yes.
Father, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, you gave me this idea. You gave me this promise, and you're going to see it through. And I don't have to use man's loan for it to come to through. If you want me to get a loan, then we will get one. Or if not, you will supply the need.
Amen. I receive that.
Jesus, no. And when you start thinking like that, it could happen fast. It could happen slowly, but it'll happen.
Yes, ma'am. I receive it.
It'll happen. All right. Yes. So anything that God give us, he's going to supply the need. If the need never comes, then that means he didn't give it to you. It was yourself. Sometimes we do it ourselves. Yes. But I heard him say, tell her, why is she forgetting I'm a miracle working God? So that's how I know he did give it to you.
Yes. Amen. Thank you, woman of God. I appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Right. And I'm going to pray for you. Father, in the name of Yeshua Mashiach, I pray that all the finances that her husband and family need to get this trucking business started from what you gave them, that you will give it to them in the most miraculous way. It will shock them. And we praise you and we give you glory. And I also ask you to just raise up their finances, period. Not just to get the truck, but to raise up their finances, period. Any barriers, any blockage, any barricade, anybody speaking word curses against them, saying it'll never happen, and it just won't work, or whatever they're saying, we cancel those things out right now with the mighty blood of Yeshua Jesus, and we bind them up and loose it to your feet to put it under his feet in Yeshua's name, and we loose your provision into their bank accounts, into their hands, so that they can start doing what they need to do, not just with the trucking company, with anything, Father, in Yeshua Jesus' name. I see somebody in your family, I don't know if it's y'all, buying a house. Who's buying a house?
Nobody's buying a house right now, but my son needs a house.
Okay, because I see somebody buying a house in the very near future. I don't know if it's this year, next year, the year after, but in the very near future. And it's a nice house. It's going to be like a 3 to 5 bedroom house.
Praise God.
And it's going to be, I see brick, but it could be aluminum in the back, but I just see the brick in the front. So it could be all brick or just brick on the side and the front and aluminum in the back. And it's a nice house.
I received that for Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you, woman of God.
You're welcome. Is there anything else?
No, I don't know if Devontae wants you, but nothing else for me. Thank
do you want to talk to me?
How you doing, Apostle? I just want to say hi.
Okay. Hello, handsome. All right. Much love. And you got a sweet mama. Make sure you treat her good.
I try my
All right.
He's a
See
good
you
son.
later.
He's a good son.
Oh, good. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Much love. Bye-bye.
Much love. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. I'm taking one more person, then I'm out of here. Okay. What's wrong with the comments again? Brandon. I don't think Brandon could get on. I'll try her, but it says you got to follow me. I think everybody else on here says that Sweet Princess. Who's this person? Sweet. This will be the last one. This person answers. Okay, they're not answering. Oh, Precious. I had tried to get you last time. It won't even let me get you, Precious. I know you follow me on Rosalind Solomon. Okay, there you go. Let's see if Precious answered this time. So I'm trying to give y'all all a chance, but nobody's picking up. All right. Nobody's picking up. And a lot of y'all can't even pick because it says you come up as a guest. So we'll just end this. And all of you need to go over to Rosalind Solomon's page and follow me. You trying, Precious? All right, we will try you one more time. Let's see what happens. I think you got to push a button like add or you accept my invite or something. Okay. All right, we'll go to this one and see. It says I can't pick you because you come up as a guest, Christy. So y'all got to go follow me on Rosalind Solomon. Well, I'm going to be preaching the next couple of weeks teaching, so I won't be doing this on Saturday. I may come and during the week and do it. Go to Rosalind Solomon on Facebook. Yeah. So I might come back during the week and do it. So all of you who keep coming up as a guest, this is my first. I hope to catch you next time. Okay. But make sure y'all all go follow me on Rosalind Solomon. All right. So I'm going to get off. I'm a little wore out anyway. And I'm hungry. All right. So I'll be back on maybe YouTube next week or maybe here, and I'll be preaching for the next couple of weeks. But I'll come on during the week and do dream interpretations and pray or whatever God had me to do. Much love to you too. So, Heaven. So I will see you later. God bless you, Brandon. You following now? So let's see if it'll pick you. No, I think it might have to populate, Jacqueline. So next, you email me? Okay. Okay. So next time, okay? All right. So I see you guys soon. And it was a blast. And I give God all the glory in Yeshua's name. Y'all keep me in prayer and I'll pray for you. Much love. Shalom.